Hello, Catherine Anderson. I'm going to talk a little bit about exchange. My mother always used to say, offer it up, any pain or suffering, and I really had no idea what she meant. So bear with me as I get there. The greatest thing required of man is to trust in the living God, and everything is an affair of the Spirit and requires to trust in the living God. So it matters how you do your housework. It matters how you treat your husband or partner, sibling, children, or friend. It matters what you read. It matters what you see. It matters what you love, and it matters what you do. God's sovereignty probes every single area of your life. Everything you do and all that you are is meant to be an offering to Jesus the Christ. All that I am, all that I do, all that I suffer is meant to be an offering to Jesus Christ. Do you have a reservation in heaven? I gave my life to Him, and the Lord accepted me as His child. I said yes to Jesus, so I can say to Him, my Father, and He can say to me, my girl. That is such a big deal that all God's angels rejoice, for you are very precious in the eyes of God. When you receive Jesus, you are a sinner who is saved. It doesn't mean we're perfect. It doesn't mean we're better. It means none of that. It just means we're a sinner who's saved by Jesus. Transfiguration is the great symbol of exchange, represented in the cross. What does it require? Acceptance, gratitude, and offering. How to offer up your pain to Jesus and be transformed by His exchange of peace and joy. I always wondered why my mother would say, offer it up, your pain, your suffering. Now I get it. It is the exchange like the cross. Jesus offered Himself as our payment for sin. Transfiguration is a great symbol of exchange. This is when my son, my beautiful 28-year-old son John, went to heaven. And after I held him till they finally took his body away, I opened the Bible randomly, and it was Isaiah 61. So this is a lot based on Isaiah 61. He is no fool to give what he cannot keep, to gain what he cannot lose. Kind of like the rich man who came to Jesus and wasn't willing to let go of his possessions. And that's just an anomaly. He's not telling everyone to let go of everything, but we definitely have to die to ourselves and our selfish ways. I gave Him my death. He gives me life. If you lose your life for His sake, you gain it. The principle of exchange. When we offer our weakness, our suffering to Him, He exchanges our weakness, our losses, my sins, my sorrows, my suffering. When we offer them to Him, He has something to give us in exchange. And that, dear one, might just feed a multitude. So the principle of exchange is the principle of the cross. Our perspectives need to be transfigured, changed into something that has His glory in it. Pain, if you take it to Christ, transfigures you for the benefit of the rest of His body or people. Hebrews 11 explains how He wants us to live. Also in Philippians, Paul writes, "You've been granted the privilege of not only believing in Christ, but of suffering." Paul says, "This is my way. I'm helping to complete His work in my poor human flesh." It's a full tale of Christ's suffering for others in the body of the church, His people. Scriptural references for suffering speaks of pruning. But first, his people, we are all his people if we accept him. And he wants every single one of us. So the scriptural references for suffering speaks of pruning. The best fruit comes out of the most drastic pruning. The purest gold comes out of the hottest fires. The greatest joys come out of life's greatest sorrows. Life comes out of death. He exchanges weakness into his power, mortality into immortality, my mourning into the oil of joy, my heart's heaviness in exchange for a garment of praise, and beauty for ashes. So I finally understand what my mother meant when she says offer it up, because truthfully, everything and anything we do, if we do it with him in mind and for others' good, is an offering that we can give up in exchange for his peace and joy. From your housework to your studies, to your friendships, to treating people who hurt you or were unkind and just offering up a little prayer for them. That gives us beauty for ashes. Have a blessed day.